Oh, perhaps I'll give it a gander. Okay. I'm gonna need you guys to ignore the way that I look, right? Because I clearly just was playing a little bit of a sport. Was I though? Because, guys, I'm so, like, gassed. Just big and out of shape, like, yeah. So I had a little bit of just playing a little bit of rec basketball, right? We lost. I'm like, I feel bad even saying that because I don't want to make everybody else sound bad, but we lost pretty badly, pretty badly. So we're going to recoup. We're going to practice during the weekend, get some team chemistry together, and then we're going to come back at our next game and see if that even helps. I think that will be a key component, but also another key component is me needing to be able to run, right? So it's like my brain is like, hey, move faster. Hey, they're about to do this, do that, defend them this way. But like my legs aren't following. Right. Yeah. So we're going to stop talking about that right now. And we'll check back in next week. Okay. But I'm still trying my hardest to convince my friends to go to Birmingham to go see Michael Jackson, the musical. I don't know how many people I've tried to convince actually at this point. I do know exactly how many. It's been about 6 people at this point. Somebody's got to bite. I'm like, it's a raffle. It's like $40. Okay. And then you get to be dazzled. Being dazzled is something that we don't often appreciate. You know, and that's why I appreciated Bad Bunny's performance, because I was dazzled. Even when they had it on the screen at the restaurant on mute, right? They had the Super Bowl. I understood the Super Bowl part because you can watch a sport and understand it without. But you can't understand music, right? So watched it later on a laptop. Amazing. But even with it on mute, I was like, this is a production. Like, I really was into the vibes, the colors, the dancing, the framing, all that gorgeous love. I was turning up to Bad Bunny. Because, like, on my way back from basketball, because, first of all, nothing better than a post-rec league summertime. Not summer yet, but it's really warm right now. Just today, it's really warm. Let me set the scene for you guys. Summertime, say maybe June. July is low-key a little bit brutal, heat-wise. Maybe June, summertime. You just played a sport of your choosing. You're outside. If it's an inside sport, you've now walked outside. You're chatting. You're like, goodbye. Somehow the goodbye, nobody ever walks away, right? And you're chatting. Then somehow you sit on the curb. Somehow you start to hear the animals come alive in the trees that are surrounding you, soaking up this heat. It's just the little things in life. Had one of those, first one of the year. Then get in my car, spirits are high. We had a little discussion about the Bad Bunny situation, the halftime performance. I get in the car, turn up, Bad Bunny. Because I gotta capitalize my time. I only have about a 15-minute drive, right? So I'm doing, and bear with me. Actually, I'm not gonna tell these songs because I don't know how to pronounce them. Also, I was singing along. Don't know what's being said, but I was saying it. You know what I mean? Right. I know what some of it is, but So, oh my gosh, what is it called? Baila. I can pronounce it, I think, if I see it. Don't you think? Don't you think I can do that? You don't believe in me? Okay, watch this. And yes, I was doing the popular songs. Okay, because I had a time crunch. So I did baila in hold on. Yeah, baile okay. Inolvidable. Yeah, inolvidable. Baila inolvidable. That's the first one. Then I did DTMF. I did. Do you know what that means? Debí tirar más fotos. Wait, I could probably... Hold on, y'all. You about to be impressed. Maybe. Now I have performance anxiety. Dime. Also, guys, wait, I don't speak Spanish and I'm a new Bad Bunny fan. Because I am. Okay, not just because of the Super Bowl, but when this album came... No, the album before this. With the horse. Hold on. Nadie sabe lo que va a pasar mañana. That album was when I was like, oh, perhaps I'll give it a gander. Okay. Okay. So as you guys know, my Spanish speakers, it's debí tirar más fotos de cuando te tuve, debí dar más besos, abrazos, las veces que tuve. I missed a couple words. I saw that I missed them. I did. I saw that I missed them. But we're going to move on because this isn't what y'all signed up for. Right. I did EOO and then I did Nueva York. So I did that one. I did. And then I was like, hold on. Halftime show. I only got a couple minutes left of this drive. We're pivoting into Kendrick Lamar. So I pivoted, sharp turn into Kendrick Station. Right. And Kendrick, sometimes he's not a casual listen for me. Because sometimes I'm like, oh man, the content that he's talking about is making me upset. And it's making me feel like I need to protest. I was like, okay, we have to start with All of the Stars, right? Because that's just like a vibe setter. Every time I think like, Ryan Coogler, like I always forget like we might not have gotten that song had not Ryan Coogler made Black Panther, right? Because if anybody else did it, I don't know. First of all, I don't know if it would have been as good. And I also don't know if they would have had the Kendrick collabability, you know what I'm saying? And that, like, I usually do not care about like movie soundtracks. And actually, low-key, this is such a small pet peeve. It like irritates me when I type in, for example, I type in Sinners because the score is excellent. It's excellent. And you guys know that. If you have ears, you hear it and it's amazing. But I type in Sinners and I click on it. And why is it taking me to the soundtrack first? Why is it not taking me to Ludwig Göransson, to his masterpiece? That's what and like whenever they have, and it's certain types of movies, they have a soundtrack with it. And I'm not interested in the soundtrack usually ever. But this soundtrack is amazing. Yeah, we love. So I pivoted into Kendrick Station. I did. Okay. And Kendrick Station, yeah, what we did All the Stars. And then we did Humble a little bit. Didn't do the whole thing. Didn't have time for the whole thing, right? I'm like DJing while I'm driving, right? And then we went into Squabble Up. Okay. And then we hit a little bit of Family Ties, just a little bit. And then we did Mad City. And I couldn't even finish it before I got back, you know? But if Pyros and Crips, that's what he did at the Super Bowl. I feel like it was like, I remember liking it. Like, I remember visually and compositionally. I love it. And maybe it's so basic of me, but I just love seeing a bunch of people in sync. And you know what? It's because we never see that in day-to-day life. Like, I love kind of like what Beyonce does sometimes. She's great at doing NSYNC stuff too. But sometimes she's like, and this is what she said in the Homecoming documentary, which I just feel like it's high time that I rewatch it. But she said like she also kind of wants her dancers, obviously to know the routine, but to bring their own flavor to it. But sometimes it's just so visually satisfying from like a cinematic artistic standpoint to like see everybody completely in sync. And I remember, because I didn't know he was coming on. This was when he was at when he came on the halftime show with all the older people, with Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Eminem, shout out Michigan, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg. He came on with them, as you guys know. Sorry, hate to mansplain it to you. I was just saying it wasn't his halftime show. It was right. And I just loved the way that they were moving in that scene. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, it's Kendrick. And Anderson .Paak came out. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. If I had to rank the last 10, like, what would you guys do? The last 10, Because I was literally just with somebody who was like, oh, yeah, I was in on one of the Super Bowl performances, one of the halftime shows. What? Just casual. Yeah, it was one of, like, the dancers for the, halftime performers. The years. We need a Wikipedia page. We do need a Wikipedia page. People that are, the anti-Wikipedia people, they're not my friends, okay? Like, I understand you obviously can't take everything as full fact, and you have to know that it's a summary of a lot of things, but there's a lot of really concise, in the layout of, like, the way they do their tables, no site will ever compete. And because I'm a crazy psycho monster, me and Wikipedia, we go together. And not like I'm getting, no, but you know what? I am getting information from it. Like, I like to see things laid out the way that they lay it out, and they know that I'm interested in the superlatives. They know that I'm interested in being able to sort it by name or by year or by frequency and stuff like that. So the Wikipedia haters, they can find themselves at the door. Okay, and I'm not even going to let them out. I'm not even going to be a good host and let them out of the door. I'm going to say, it's somewhere over there. Not even going to look. They're going to say, hey, I'm leaving. Did I hear something? I didn't. Must have been the wind. The other day when I was in this Michael Jackson phase, which I'm not fully certain if I've exited it, but I was like, I want to watch this halftime show. And this comes up every couple years where I'm like, why haven't I like watched it for real? Because I click on it and it's 2 pixels. Literally. Just 2. I'm like, wow, we have just like, technology has advanced so rapidly, so quickly. And it's interesting because I think it's the live stream. If anybody knows where a high quality performance is, let me know. Maybe I just haven't found it. But it's crazy the difference between, because it's not that the camera, I don't think it's the camera's inability to record it, obviously, because cameras from movies in 1993 they're fine. But I think it was the live streaming of it that it's not recorded for some reason. If it is, you know what, let me just shut my mouth, okay? Right. If I had to rank, let's just do the last 10, okay? From how old am I? But that's not gonna include Beyonce's if it's the last 10. Hold on. We're gonna form this challenge to be just whatever I want it to be, okay? So once I get to the point where I stop caring about, or even stop being knowledgeable. One thing about Wikipedia though, I noticed with all the, like, it's usually for movie stuff, obviously, that I'm looking up, but there is a chronology. It's going earliest to latest. And for some reason, that's just like not what I'm looking for. And I understand that that's what people are looking for, but I wanted to see the most recent to the oldest. If it's filmography, I like that other direction. But for like halftime shows and stuff like that, I don't want to start at the beginning. I want to start now and then work my way back. But that's just me, maybe. And is there a way to sort it? I don't think so. I feel like I would have found it at that point. I think, yeah. Kendrick, 2025. Usher. The Usher one, I was like devastated because I thought the Lions were going to be in the Super Bowl, which seems to be a trend that I have. I was just like, I'm just not even interested at all. I'm not interested. It was like double disappointment because the Lions weren't in the Super Bowl. And then I was like, well, maybe Justin Bieber is going to come join it for halftime. And then he didn't. You know what they did at the beginning of the game? They showed Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber in the crowd. And I was like, it's dead. And I'm like, you couldn't even pretend. You couldn't even just not show him so I could have hope that maybe he was coming on. So I was like, okay, well, he's not coming. Like, and I knew in my spirit that he wasn't. I think any longtime real Justin Bieber fan knew that that was not the type of thing that he was going to do, especially in those circumstances. So we tempered our expectations. All right, then Rihanna, then Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, The Weeknd, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez. That's the 2020s. Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, Gaga, Coldplay, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Madonna, the Black Eyed Peas. Okay, so I don't think I was really like, I wasn't a real person. I think the first halftime show that I watched, like for real front to back and was like aware consciously of it was I think Beyonce, because my mom really liked Beyonce and I remember that. I think I'll just do my top favorites from what I just said because I don't want to rank them and be like, this one is number 15. Because, it probably takes, I would never be able to do something like this. There's just so much. Let's stop while we're ahead. Okay. Loved Bruno's, loved Beyonce's. Those are going to be in the top 5, obviously. I actually really liked Katy Perry's. And if we're going to say Katy Perry doesn't have hits, then you're just lying to me. You're lying to me because every single song that she sang, guys, not to pivot, but the Teenage Dream album, I think every single song on this album, the Teenage Dream album is excellent. All those number 1 hits, not only were they like good for radio, but they're good songs. Like and I'm not the best judge of music and I'm well aware of that. So I'm actually going to hold my comments. What I'm going to say actually is I still freaking love the Teenage Dream album. Okay, think of what is on that album and tell me it's not banger, banger, banger. We got Teenage Dream, 1. Then we go into Last Friday Night, right? TGIF. Then we go into California Girls. Then into Firework. Then we have one that the streets might not like, Peacock. Then we have Circle the Drain. Those are 2 lesser known Katy Perry songs. Then we go right into the one that got away. Then we hit E.T. Then we go, What Am I Living For? Pearl. Hummingbird Heartbeat. And then Not Like the Movies. You're telling me that an album that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number 1 hits. I don't know if they're actually number 1 hits, but guys, I'm editing this and I feel the immense responsibility to tell you that that was just the songs from the normal album. The deluxe album has 2 more songs that crossed 1 billion streams. Part of Me and Wide Awake. I don't think popularity necessarily means all that much, but it means a little bit, okay? So put some respect on her name, goodbye. If she's done anything problematic, take back what I said, I'm not quite sure. You know what I'm saying. You guys know those songs. Everybody knows those songs. Anyways, sorry. It's good. It's really quite good. But I don't know nothing, so hold your opinions to yourself. So I might take Katy Perry with me in my top 5. Right now I'm going to secure my Mount Rushmore +1. I'm going to secure Beyonce and Bruno separately. Not the Coldplay one, separately. Then I'm going to pivot. I'm going to hold Katy Perry on reserve and see if I want to take her for my roster spot, okay? That's what we're going to do, not Mount Rushmore. We're going to do our roster spots. We're going to do Beyonce because that's 5, right? Okay. So why adjust something when we can just switch it, right? We're going to do Beyonce, Bruno. I really and truly do love Coldplay. But I don't fully remember, like, in my mind, when I think back to their halftime show, I do remember, like, oh my gosh, Beyonce did Formation. So, like, no disses to Coldplay, and I might still take them because I love them. Trust me. I'm not going to go into detail, but listen, I did something ridiculous to try to get to Coldplay. Okay, so moving on. Gaga. We just watched that clip the other day of the beginning of hers where she's like, where she just freaking jumps off and then is flying. So I actually want to rewatch hers, to be honest, because lately I've been going into the archives of Gaga and just like being like, wow, have you heard GY? I know you have, but like, that's an amazing song. That's an amazing song. And I'm like, why have I not heard this until 2025? So it's like, how many things are we missing? How many things that are going to bless my eyes and ears am I missing? I need to rewatch Gaga's to know. I remember I was not like a big fan of hers at the time that hers came out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like her and Katy Perry had a very quick, like, from fame to halftime show time period. And I don't have any facts, actually, so I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm going to take Bad Bunny, Katy Perry, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and Kendrick. That's amazing. Do you agree? If you don't agree, tell me, like, who you think. There's some arguments, I think. Rihanna's was, like, I liked Rihanna's. I like a lot of Rihanna's music. I think, obviously, she was pregnant, so there's some challenges going on. But I think production of everything front to back, I would take, yeah, Beyonce, Bruno, Katy Perry, Bad Bunny, and Kendrick. From, like, my conscious lifetime, yeah. Okay, wait, that was so fun. And I don't know how we got here, and whatever got us here that I didn't finish talking about, it's just dead now. And I'm really going to work on my ability to finish a subject and a topic, but it's like, it's just so much more fun this way when we're just vibing together. And it's wherever the wind takes us. As my friend says, we're just leaves, and we're blowing where the Lord takes us. Man, yeah, but how did we get here? Bad Bunny. Yeah. And Kendrick, yes. Man, Kendrick's so good. Hey, Drake. Okay, GTGBGTT. Yeah. I have to shower. Wait, guys, I can't believe I should have like showered and then come on screen. But it's like now. It's like, this is what I look like. I'm like a little bit flushed, a little bit dirty, super dirty. But like low key, are the eyes still eating? I know the rest of it's not, but are they? I didn't put this on for the game, okay? And if I did, what were you gonna say? Those people back in the day when I was playing high school sports, they're like, you can wear makeup just for the game. And even if I did, you want me to come out here looking ugly? Look good, play good. That's what the streets say. Anyways. She's bald. Okay, goodbye. GTGBGTT, this was so fun. Let's chat a little later. Mwah.